I am Ian from Ian FM, as you may or may not know. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if there's any issues, if anything's too loud, anything's too quiet. Just let me know. And here we go. You can hear? That's good to hear. All good. Thank you for being late. I'm always late. Being late is kind of part of the brand, isn't it? You got to be late to things, because better late. That's the case. Better late. Better late. How's everyone doing today? Tranarco Comrade. Nice, Tranarco. It's first time you're here? Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Better late than nothing. You can only hear me in your left ear? Well, then take the right ear off. Just all of it. Van Gogh. That rhymed. So it must be true. I went for a walk and bought a cardigan and 2 coffees. Cardigan and coffee. That's like 90% of my existence. Oh, it is gonna be. Yeah, I thought that it was gonna cut in and out and be a bit laggy. I like that because my computer's not great. So yeah, cutting in and out. We thought we could give you some visuals, because normally back in the day, it was just pink screen and no video. But we try. What's up, haters and losers, my own worst enemies? Hell yeah. We are just here, living and vibing. I love the pink screen. It's nostalgic and hurts my eyes. Pink screen was very important because it just meant that we vibed. It was sheerly out of necessity, and it was funny because anyone who was new, you could tell they were new because they'd be like, "Is there meant to be video?" But there wasn't ever. So that was that. We're just listening to a song called "You Are the Light at the End of the Tunnel." We are now both stuck in a tunnel, but it's more fun now. I made that recently. I have a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff on my computer, a bunch of music that has never seen the light of day. I did steal this mug from America. You got to steal things sometimes. I love stealing. Don't steal. It's illegal. It's such a shame that if this isn't as high quality as I want it to be, but you know, we vibe. Go off, give us a 11001111011100. Yay, crime. Loving the first bit of Ian advice. If you ever want any advice, I'll try and give it to you. Ultimately, we have to remember that any advice that anyone gives is one person's opinion. Opinions are opinions. And they've got lots of plosives in them, so this microphone's going to be handling the opinions well. Opinions. In what world is ENFM high technology, the scuffed? Okay, so this is the thing, right? I've always been drawn to everything that's mildly broken. Lo-fi music, folk punk, stick and poke tattoos, anything that's kind of a bit cruddy. I love it. Just because it's like, it shows the humanity. Perfect isn't beautiful. Imperfect is beautiful. That's the way. AI makes perfect, and might say screw AI. FM stands for frequently modulation. Frequency modulation? Yeah. Frequency modulation. It's a radio term. Ian, newest tattoo that I've got. The newest tattoo is the word ginger on the back of my head. That was the first most recent tattoo I've got. Stick and poke tattoos. I have a bears and trees themed stick and poke. The first tattoo anyone ever got of bears and trees was a bears and trees stick and poke. It was Good Hustle Kids tattooed on their knee, and that was when we'd only released like that project. Let's Sleep on It. So they were into some music, if I do say so myself, and it was the first tattoo when it blew our minds when someone did that. Yeah, since then we've got a few people getting tattoos of our stuff. And yeah, I mean, do it. Don't get our names tattooed on you though. Someone said they were going to get our names tattooed on them. I don't like that. Treading water, juggling knives tattoo. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love that. Help to name your wheelchair. I don't know what it looks like. What kind of wheelchair is it? You gotta give me a little bit more info. Yeah, get a Nov Crims tattoo every day of the week. Um, am I? I got so confused. I have a very important question. Do you still feel like a lettuce floating down a stream? Or that was mainly how I was feeling in that very moment. So that was a reference to the Norwich show when we got asked what type of vegetables we had, and I said I am a lettuce floating a stream. I was feeling very, very ragged at that point in the tour. It was very difficult. So I would say generally I go for a carrot vibe. That of. And that's ginger. Is ginger a vegetable? If ginger's a vegetable, I'll be ginger. If ginger's a vegetable, I'll be ginger. But I don't know if it is, but it is a root, right? Anyway. Ian, which flag is your favourite? I've got 4 favourite flags. Ignore my gammy finger. 4 favourite flags. Mongolian flag, the flag of Kazakhstan, the flag of Antigua and Barbuda, and the flag of Malawi. Those are my 4 favourite flags. I can show them. I might be able to show them. I don't really... This is the other thing. I am incredibly bad at technology. I think technology terrifies me. I use Apple products because I tried to use an Android once, and it was like trying to get me to make things happen, like make the phone my own phone. And I didn't like that. I wanted to just be given easily consumable product. I don't want to be messing around with... I'll make my own analog real thing every day of the week. But when it comes to technology, I want as little of it as possible. I want to be able to plug in and work in a real easy way. You know what I'm saying? I don't like technology. Everyone else, you do what you want to do. You know. Some people have the problem with Apple. You know, you're just saying that Hexo. You know, Apple is too. It just is packageable, and you just use it, and it's done. But you know, that's what I like about it, because I am terrified of technology every day of the week. I'm terrified of technology all the time. Consumable products. Oh, thank you, River PNG, for gifting all those subs. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Getting Ian that one Samsung flip phone. I don't know if anyone remembers one of our first TikToks that went big, and I say big in quotation marks because it was like I don't know, 3,000 views, and that was crazy. And it was me finding a stock sound on a brick phone that I think people who are hard of sight to use because it has really huge numbers. I was playing Snake on it all the time. It was brilliant. You can get addicted to anything on phones. It doesn't have to be TikTok. I was on Snake for a good amount of time when I had to swap phones. There was a good period of time at university. People hated me because I just constantly never had a phone on me, because my phone would break and then I would just not replace it, and I would use my laptop and talk to people directly, to the point where my friend tattooed his phone number on my leg. Yeah, so I've got my friend's phone number tattooed on my leg, just in case I lose my phone, just because I don't have a phone, you know what I'm saying? How old am I? I am 25. I am 25. I'm the only 25-year-old left in the band. Everyone else is 26. Young one over here. Young blood. Ian, do you want to recreate our Andy Hurley meme? I don't know what Andy Hurley meme you're talking about, but hell yeah, I love Andy Hurley. Andy Hurley was my childhood celebrity crush. I love Andy Hurley. Andy Hurley, I love you. That's all I got to say about that. When is Ian Day? July 1st? What am I, American? 1st of July. I saw a really interesting thing where someone was saying that month, day, year actually makes more sense, because the most important information is actually the month, not the day, surprisingly. The number day isn't as important information as... If I say, when's your birthday, and I say the 1st, there's literally 12 of those. There's only one July. So July, and it's all kind of clumped together, so I say July 1st, and then you're like, okay, now I know exactly. It makes sense, you know. But at the same time, screw making sense. I don't want to be like Americans in many ways. There's actually 31 Julys a year at least. Um. Anyway, I'm going to I can find. I'm not looking at the more for a moment because I'm gonna just see if I can find some music to put on that I've also. There's one that says new one in it 4. So this one. Hell yeah, it's fun. So yeah, I mean we can do whatever we want in this. I was meant to name someone's wheelchair, but I asked what kind of wheelchair it was, and I never found out. So I'm just gonna go for Frederico. Yeah, Frederico. And then if you want to let me know what you think of that name, or if you go for it, I don't mind either way. You do you. Live your life, not mine. What? Yes. Let's get that. If you say July, that could mean 31 days for sure. And first there's 12 variations, but the firsts are spread out like hella. So a first could be literally 2 sides of the year, where you say July and it's all in that one chunk that is July. But yeah, you know how it is. Flute and guitar. The flute is going to be called capillary, and the guitar is going to be called platelet. There you go. Your inhaler is now called Pancreas. That is the name of your inhaler. Ian, what should my next tattoo be? Your next tattoo should be a trolley, a shopping trolley. Because I am a shopping trolley in a no explanation. That's the case. Well, that was a fun little beat playing. Oh, it's playing again. Oh, it's new one in it too. Okay. Well, so who wants to see me play fun flags? I want to play some fun with flags. Is that vibey with you guys? Hello, the Ortussi. Wow, what a name! What a name, the Ortussi. Hey, I remember seeing you guys. Oh, jeez, that's many. I remember seeing you guys a while ago on TikTok, and I've just remembered you guys existed. Hey, here we are. We're existing out here too. We're all existing. That's what we do. Ian, what do you think of the new Fall Out Boy album? AKA, what was your favorite song? Yeah, like honestly, that album blew me away. I love every moment of it. I think my favorite song at the moment is, and I'm just gonna check the name because I need to check the pronunciation. You know how it is. I can't pronounce words when they're written down in front of me. Let's close that off my laptop then. I think it's Kintsugi. Where is it? The Kintsugi Kid, 10 Years. That's my favorite song. I thought that I Am My Own Muse tickled my brain quite. Those kind of like hits were so heavy. But lyrically and just feeling wise, the Kintsugi Kid was probably my favorite one. Okay, so I've heard a lot of slander. Actually, I'm gonna say it. I've heard a lot of slander about this album, not about the album as a whole, but about like Pink Seashell and Baby Annihilation, right? Oh, the stream is just laggy. The stream is laggy. We just got to deal with it. Life can be laggy sometimes. Okay, the stream is laggy. It's actually apparently not an unpopular opinion. Everyone's saying they don't like Pink Seashell. I really liked those interludes. I thought they were fantastic break moments of the album. Oh yeah, you're not going to put them on your playlist. You're not going to put them on your playlist. They are their own thing. But I loved them as a break in the album. I loved the feeling they get, and I loved the message of Pink Seashell. This idea that like, although at its core, maybe life doesn't have anything special to it. I don't know. There isn't any grand purpose within at the center of life, but you create the details. It's the outside, everything that you make of it. And I loved the line I can't. Unfortunate events and like missed whatever it is. You know that line? I love that. I also love Baby Annihilation. I think that poem is. It was so funny. Me, Nick, and another friend, George, not George Wheeler, not George Berry. Another friend. We call him Wheels, and then we call George Berry Legs. If you want to call George Berry Legs, I would find that very funny. But George, we listened to the album together at midnight when it dropped, and we were listening to From Under the Cork Tree, and I think it was at the end of EXO or one of those songs where there's a Pete Wentz poem and it's real edgy emo, and I was like, I thought these were cool at the time, but I'm not sure about them now. And then that came on, and I was like, wow, this is exactly the kind of Pete poetry I needed. I really loved it. But I would like to say that, like, if anyone doesn't like any of the songs on the Fall Out Boy new record, that's cool. Like, that's your thing. I'm not gonna tell you that you have to like anything just because I like it. I think that's the issue with a lot of people. Not a lot of people. That's not what I meant. I think that's the issue with a lot of the time when you talk about music you like or bands you like. You feel like you have to like everything, or people tell you kind of have to like or dislike things in a certain way. And ultimately, art is like completely up to you to consume and not just consume, but experience in your own terms and apply it to your life and your grand narrative in its own way. Like, a lot of art isn't for you, and that's okay. And that doesn't mean it has to be because other people say it is, But it is what it is. What's my favorite word? I can't think of any words. Mnemonic. I actually dislike that word because it's got like NM at the beginning and it just really annoys me. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite word is anymore. I go through periods of time with different words, but I don't know. Oh yeah, no. We won't actually be the meet and greet is just for no. It's not for us, but we'll be around and you can say hi if you see us because we'll just be vibing at any time. So yeah, just say hi. Hi. I'm just a person. This is the thing. We're just people. We're just people who make stuff, and you too can be a people who make stuff. I think that one of my goals in life, making any art generally, is to inspire others, because I think that art is such a personal thing, and making it is such a transcendent, such a beautiful thing that I think it's super important that whatever that art is for you. So for some people it'll be music or painting, for some people it'll be cooking, it'll be embroidery, it'll be felting, it'll be sewing, it'll be finding random objects and sticking googly eyes on them. Whatever it is, whatever allows you to be feeling like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. That's art to me. It's about taking what's inside and bringing it out. I think that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sadie, for putting everyone's birthdays. That is everyone's birthdays. Get us cards and cake, otherwise you're a fake fan. That's not true. What did someone say? Someone said, I don't think you can say a song or an album is bad because music is so subjective. Like, there's a difference between bad and disliking it. People say it's bad when they mean they dislike it. And I think that's the case with a lot of things. I think people say, like, oh, this is bad, and they'll come with a reason for that, and it'll be like, you don't like it for that reason. That's completely okay as well. But as soon as you start saying things are bad, we start entering into arguments that don't make sense. Like, this song is bad, and then I go, well, it's not bad because I like it, and then someone else will go, it is bad because I dislike it. It's like you then argue about a semantics that don't really matter, where the point of art is to experience it in a way that's more than an objective good or bad. It's about an experience. There are some things that I dislike when I first hear it, and I love it as it goes through, but what the point of art is that it takes you fully into a moment of experience, and that is, if it does that for you, that's great. If it doesn't, then find other stuff. Another thing is when people are like, oh, I loved that band's earlier stuff, but I hate their new stuff. And the big one for me was Bring Me the Horizon. Bring Me the Horizon made a lot of metalcore and deathcore back in the day. And then everyone was like, when they started making more poppier songs, everyone was like, oh, I hate this. I love that. It's not like their old stuff. And it's like, if they now made stuff that was similar to their old stuff now, it would be bad. It would be forced. It wouldn't be good. It would just be pandering and for you, and that's not really what you want. You want an authentic experience, and this is their authentic experience now. If you want to listen to their old stuff, go listen to their old stuff. You have the ability. So just find art that resonates with you, and kind of, there's no need to shut down artists or people for enjoying or making music or art that you don't like. I guess there is a little bit of, because when some art, sometimes what can be labeled art is harmful, and obviously harmful, not good. Easy ethic to have. Harmful, not good. But not harmful and not your vibe, then leave it alone, you know. Oh, someone was asking what my favorite type of cake is, and again, cake is so variable on the day. I think at the moment I'm a big fan of carrot cake. I know that's a bit of a bold, controversial statement, but I love the combination of savory and sweet. It's one of my favorite things. I'm not a very big sweet person. I don't like sweet things. I love savory things. You know, that's my favorite thing. But I think carrot cake straddles that line very well for me. Um, Carrot cake does go hard. Thank you for people vibing with carrot cake. Okay. I'm going to. I might play some fun flags. Do you remember the time? Do you remember that time? Was like, and I almost finished flag. It's like you're not even listening. Carrot cake is bad. I'm sorry. Rats and trees. I love carrot cake. It's not bad. You just don't like it, and that's cool. You don't have to like it. Give me your carrot cake when it gets served to you. When the carrot cake gets served, let me have it. I'll have it and I'll eat it, and we'll be friends, because I'll have gotten rid of something you dislike, and you'll have provided me something that I like greatly, and that is carrot cake. Would I like to be a worm? I generally stay away from like wanting to be anything. I just I'm just trying to enjoy being whatever this is. And being a worm sounds fun, but ultimately there are some disadvantages. Like birds. I like birds right now. If it was a worm, I'd be terrified of birds all the time, and I don't want that. And I worked at a school for a year once, and I've seen the way most kids deal with worms. It's not the way I was raised to, but you know, it is what it is. Do you remember random people for long times? Yes, yes, I do. I'm a very, well, I used to be, at least. I don't know if I'm anymore. When I was younger, I always noticed I'm a very observant person. I watch the world a lot. I analyze the world. I'm a bit of a watcher. Yes, and that means that, like, when people come across you multiple times, it'll just be sunk in, or some moment will just stick with you. So yes, sometimes. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get fun with flags up. I might have to swap microphones, which ultimately, with the amount of lag and crunch that you guys are apparently experiencing, I don't know if you can get in mind. Let's just play one game on with flags. From what happened here. Sound intrigued. I said I like birds right now, and if I was a worm, I would be scared of birds, and I wouldn't like them. Oh, the quality tanked. Oh, that means I can't play fun with flags. That sucks. Oh well. Fun with flags. Out of here. Fun with flags ain't happening today, people. Nick's probably laughing. He's probably somewhere going. That's what Nick's gonna be doing. He knows I'm not doing fun with flags. I think he cursed my internet or the quality of the stream so that I can't play fun with flags. Yes, but let's find a new other song on my random. What about, what if I search for something on Finder? I can't see anyone right now, so I don't know if everything sucks. What about the Grey River flows? Ah, here it is. Oh yeah, this has got crazy auto tune on it. Later, not right now. Hello, Pimp. Magenta. This bit's crazy. Hello, the Phantom Gaze cat. What a fun little song Iain FM has because it's a radio station. Someone said, "What did I graduate in?" I did a bachelor's in psychology. I did a master's in health psychology, and then I did a postgraduate certificate in CBT. So I'm a trained therapist as well. Because I cannot be stopped when the neurodivergency just forces you to do everything available to you. So I graduated in those three things at multiple times in my life. I went straight out of school, into university, straight to a master's, then had a year off, and then went and did a postgraduate diploma. So that's, yeah, there you go. So someone said, ooh, there are two bits. So I'm gonna answer two. So someone says that sounds like the kind of stuff I want to make. OMG. I think that I want to make more stuff generally. Obviously, I have a lot of my creative needs fulfilled within Bears and Trees with the music we make, but ultimately, I want to make more stuff. I paint a lot, and I recently sold a painting to one of my friends, and I want to do more painting. I want to do more design. I want to make t-shirts that are just random t-shirts that I think are fun, not like Bears and Trees merch, just random t-shirts. I want to make music and burn it onto CDs and then send those CDs send those CDs to people, but like not even make a case, just like slap a hand drawing in the middle. I think that'd be cool. And this is the thing: you don't need to be one professional or two making something a career. Art is, I think, a fundamental part of our being, and to say that we need to be one good at it or professional or like, incredible, like clean and cut and all this kind of stuff, it has to be commercial, it has to be capitalist. That sucks. That sucks as an ideology, and I think that ultimately we need to be making art like we make music, like we breathe and like we eat. You know, it's a natural part of our being. In the same way that when good music comes on and no one's around you, you move. When you give a child anything, they'll try and draw with it or make sounds with it. I think it's an integral part of our being, and it doesn't have to be good. What even is good, right? It doesn't even have to be. It can be bad. Just make it. Just enjoy the process of making things, and that's cool. That's fun. You know, that's what I want. I want to inspire that people. That's what I want to do as well. Someone said 10 rats in a trench coat. Said I graduated college at the end of April. Does anyone have any advice on staying motivated to finish my classes? So you graduated at the end of April, so the end of next month. And any advice on staying motivated to finish your classes and not just dropping off the face of the earth? I really strongly had this a few times when I was at university. I think everyone does. I think it's a really common experience to basically feel like completely depleted in how, with everything you have when it comes to university or school or whatever school you're doing. And ultimately, like, it's about recentering yourself for me. It's about reminding yourself why you're there. Within any system, like school, work, art, in all these arenas, we have these measurements that can kind of tell you how you're doing, be that grades or performance reviews or salaries or views and subscribers, whatever it is, right? There are loads of ways of assessing how good you're doing. And slowly but surely, because those are given to you a lot and you're kind of punished either extrinsically through detention or people telling you not doing good enough, or intrinsically by you saying it to yourself, the focus shifts away from the real reason you're doing it to these what are just metrics. They really don't matter. And so when you went to do this, why? Why did you do it? Why are you doing this? And I think that like it happened when I was training in whilst I was training to be a therapist. I was multiple times going. I was getting overwhelmed by the admin of the job and having these certain criteria that I had to meet, and I was getting overwhelmed by the grades and passing and doing essays. And I was reminding myself that all of that was the maintenance of what I actually wanted to do, which was connect and engage with people. And as soon as I reshifted my focus to that, I then realized that it was very easy to just banish those thoughts of, well, not even banish them, but just like let those thoughts come and go of just you're not doing well enough, you're bored, just move on. So when it comes to university, I think frequently the reason we start a subject is because we love learning, we love that knowledge, we love building these ideas of the world. So when you study history, it's about reconnecting with people from the past, realizing we're all from this beautiful human story. With psychology, it's about understanding yourself better and how we as humans function and interact with one another. When it comes to other subjects that I can't think of right now, there's a reason you loved it. And refocusing on that and going into those classes and engaging with that part of it rather than engaging with getting enough knowledge to pass an exam, that's going to help you. So that's one part. And the other part is you've only got a month left, right? And part of you goes, I've only got a month left, I can't be bothered. But another part, you just go, I only have a month left, so I might as well just get up and do. And you don't have to do everything. You don't have to be the best possible. You just have to start. You have to get that ball rolling and find a rhythm. And once you find a rhythm, everything becomes a lot easier. And those are my bits of advice. I hope those are good. And if you hated them, feel free to ignore everything I say, because I am officially just another human being who is stumbling through life, as we all are. I just have noticed things and come up with some helpful ideas and learned some helpful ideas as well. Remember, everyone, there was a reason you did things. And if the reason is to become superhuman, maybe drop that. Maybe don't exercise with the hopes to be the greatest in the world, or study to be the smartest person ever in your cohort, or become the biggest money earner, because those are goals that are, one, fairly unattainable, and two, they prevent you from seeing what you're doing. There's a really great book called The Happiness Trap, and in it, the person says, we need to shift our focus away from the idea of goals and towards the idea of values. So goals are things in the future that we have to reach, and often they tend to be very vague and abstract, and we're not happy until we reach them. And when we reach them, we realize they're not all they were cracked up to be, and so we then maintain this feeling of unhappiness, instead focusing on values. And so values are the way we live our life in order to feel like we're existing properly, like we have a purpose. So someone might say, my goal is to pass university or get this degree. That might be my goal, is to get a first degree. And that goal tells you something. That goal tells you, I want to learn. I want to engage with knowledge. I want to feel proud of achieving something. I want to, and it tells you, and you can then translate those lessons back into how you live your life. So if you love learning and knowing, and you can do that every day. You can pick up a book or go on Wikipedia, and you can do that every day, rather than distracting yourself from the really scary thing that is that goal that doesn't feel attainable. Instead of, you can achieve something every day, be that today I want to eat a fruit, or today I want to throw a pebble really far. You can achieve something every day. And so it's about translating those goals back into living your life in a good way, etc., 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 etc. I made a noise because I don't want anyone to take me too seriously, because I'm just a random person. Furbies shouldn't exist. That's a strong stance that I'm deciding to take. Furbies terrify me. They look weird. Yeah. This guy, looked like he made an organ out of Furbies, and it's one of the most cursed things ever. Sedi, I know you love Furbies. Hello. So someone has asked any advice with anxiety regarding change. I graduated today and I'm horrified of change. I feel like I'm stuck and that I can't move on. I'm going into uni now, and while I am excited, I am also scared of the future and fear that I am not doing enough. So I want to be clear to everyone. I can give very vague advice that can apply to a lot of things. It's a little bit more like self-help advice, or maybe like just kind of general advice. I'm not going to be delving into how you should treat any specific mental health disorder or anything like that, because that's not my job. It's not fair of me. It's not to be giving that to you, because I don't know your specific condition. And if you need to have support, I always will suggest going to get therapy. That's always the best thing to do, right? Let me be. However, I will say that basically anxiety is a natural response that is designed to keep us safe. It has been developed over centuries, and not even centuries, like forever, that is designed to keep us safe. And so ultimately, we shouldn't try and fight things like anxiety. I think we often want to fight anxiety. We want it to go away. We want to. Ultimately, what happens is, if anxiety is a result of feeling unsafe, and it's this fight or flight thing, if we are now feeling we have to fight that anxiety, that then raises that activation, it increases the anxiety. It's counterintuitive. It seems weird. It is. So when you have an anxiety around change, you have to ask yourself, what am I scared of? What is it that I'm scared of? That everything is going to fall apart? Well, ultimately, probably isn't. So there are kind of two ways to think about it. You either try and refocus away from those thoughts, or you slowly introduce change into your life in a slow, methodical way to teach your body, to teach your mind that you are safe in that change. Ultimately, change is, I'm not going to say is good, because I don't want to put moralistic judgments on anything. Change is going to happen. It's the nature of being. And so it's important that we become okay with it, at the very least. Fear of failure is a difficult one to overcome. It's one of the most difficult things that I've ever experienced. Ultimately, failure is a sign of a life well lived, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I always drop deep shit. That's what I do. Yeah. Ian is dropping some deep shit, and we are just talking about Furbies. That is the way of the world. Life is nonsense. It is nonsense. And all we can do is live it and just try and exist in a meaningful way, in a way that enhances our joy, enhances our experience beauty, and we have to feel it all. We have to experience it all. Ethical issues in psychology. There's so many. Psychology is such a ethically dubious field of study. That's just the way it is. Like, it always has been. So it shouldn't be too hard. Ian, do you have any tips on how to revise for GCSEs? Okay, all I'm gonna say is don't do what I did, which was cram. Don't cram. Cramming's bad. With everything, everything, it is a marathon, not a sprint. And so when people say that, you often hear you have to do it over a long period of time, not a short period of time. But what do you do in a sprint? You rush to the finish line. You go put everything you can, and what that leads to is burnout. It leads to boom and bust. It leads to feelings of inadequacy. It leads to awful things. So don't do that. Instead, do a little bit every day. And all you have to do is sit down without distraction and try and even just think about revising, think about doing your work. And that then slowly builds a routine and the slow presence of that study in your life. It's better to spend an hour thinking about revising for a subject than spending 5 hours fighting with yourself on your phone. It's not the best. The best would be to study all the time and be a super genius, but that's just not going to happen. So let go of that idea. Meet reality on reality's terms, and just do a little bit every day. Just a teeny bit. As much as give yourself the task of doing something so insanely easy that of course you're going to do it, and then maybe you'll do a bit more. Yeah, 1,000-word essays suck. Essays suck, but you got to do them sometimes. So. Okay, Not Cool, Not Funny 7 asked, Ian, I am starting a new job next week. How do I actually connect with the people there? That's a big question. I think ultimately, we are worried about whether people will not connect with us because it's a very primal instinct we have. We feel a desire to be connected, because otherwise we are a bit screwed. If in an evolutionary setting you think about a tribe of people, if someone is socially rejected, they don't survive. And so that's why we have this deep-seated anxiety when it comes to being rejected, and why rejection is neurologically as painful as physical pain. That sounds very scary. So all I'm going to say is we as humans, and that it means not just you, but the people around you, they want to connect with you. They want to connect with you on your terms. They want to, and again, if they don't, that's on them. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't need to connect with them. But it's important that you engage with people openly and honestly. You show who you are and who you would like to be in that setting, and you let them find you. Just talk to people. It's not you're not going to be best friends with anyone immediately, but just talk to someone honestly and openly, And if you struggle with that for whatever reason, that's fine. It's okay to struggle with that. But just here's a nice tip. If you're ever struggling, just say the day. Someone comes up to you, looks at you weird, and you go, Thursday. And they'll go, damn right, Thursday. It's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Oh, guys, Friday. Oh, hell yeah, Friday. It's a really easy tip. Hello, everyone. I said hello again because I'm just refocusing back on the dream. Windfall Gamer asked me what my favorite animal is. My favorite animal is koala, because they're stupid and they're just living that easy life, and I love it. I wish I was one. I wish I was a koala, honestly. Someone said they love my beanie. This beanie was made for me. There was one made for each member of the band. I know Nick wears his. I think that George and Callum just keep all the gifts. They don't tend to use it. It depends. But someone made me this when we were on tour in the US, and finished knitting it whilst Crybaby were playing in Brooklyn. I thought that's just so funny. But they made it for me 2 days after I lost my favorite hat. So it's like the universe was giving it to me. It's a beautiful thing. So if you ever want to get gifts for me personally, all I can say is I love when people make things. I love handmade stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Because because someone once 3D printed us some snails in Florida, and they gave it to us, and they said, you share your art with us, and we want to share the art back with you. We want to share our art back with you. And I loved that. I thought that was beautiful. It's so amazing that we're creating a community that is just about sharing and creating art together. Do I like the party hat we got in Edinburgh? I've got all the party hats still. Some of them got damaged in transit. But it's fun, man. It's a moment. It's a moment of connection, and that's lovely. Um, yes, yeah. Nick did give it to me. Thank you very much. When why is what? Why are you saying Ian's? We should roast Ian for drinking American. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, probably should roast me for drinking black coffee because who the hell do I think I am? Who the hell do I think I am? Ugh. I'm gonna try and find some music on my computer now. I'm gonna do a little jig to it. A little jig. I'm gonna try and remember the names of things that I've made. That's the other thing. So anything I play on the stream, I found out after my first stream where like I just played a bunch of music, um, and most of it, in fact, all of it, I did not have the permission to do, so I shouldn't have done that. So I've decided to instead not do that and just play things that I've made myself. Again, you don't have to make things with the assumption that you're going to put it out or that you're going to give it or show it to anyone. Just make things. I want to give the same vibe as Bob Ross. Just like yeah, happy accidents. We just love the process of making. We stand making. Slay. What is it? Ooh, maybe that one. Repetition as an inadequate symptom relief. Repetition. Let's see if this one comes up. It doesn't. Okay. Maybe this one come up. Aha! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, don't do that. Ah. There we go. Okay. Crazy autotune on this one, because crazy autotune is crazy fun. Someone just asked what I used to make this. I make everything in a Ableton, which I got via means. But a lot of it's live instruments anyway, and I use for the auto tune on the vocals and the weird pitch shifting. I use a plugin called or Orban, no, Galleon Orban or something like that. And it's really good, and I think it's free. So use that. Just make whatever you can on whatever you can. Ultimately, the limit is your creativity. I shouldn't say that your creativity isn't a limit. Just make stuff and layer and just experiment. Because all art is just experimentation and playing and enjoying. And it's just we lose this we feel like we have to make something that's the best ever or that people will want to listen to. We don't. Just make stuff is you playing around, messing around. Just have fun with it. A lot of the stuff I make, you will never hear because it is garbage, and I love that garbage. I'm just like, yeah, lift music. I make a lot of elevator music. Elevator music is some of the best music, muzak as they call it. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to first time commenter. Someone said, "Hey, Better Trees have a Twitch." Yeah, we do. We do random stuff on it. We play video games, we chat, we do some stuff. It's a fun way of connecting with you guys, and we love it. Someone else said, "You lot were so amazing supporting Lovejoy in Berlin. We were not in Berlin, but hopefully we will be soon. You lot were so amazing supporting Lovejoy in Dublin. The atmosphere you brought to the crowd was unreal." I grew up going to this venue called Scream and Croydon. It's been closed down now because it was very dubious and not good. And yeah, so it's what was I going to say? Oh yeah. And basically, what used to play there would be like hardcore and punk bands, and the best part about any show was getting lost in an atmosphere, getting lost in energy. And still to this day, what I like about concerts is getting lost in an experience and an energy, and that's what I want to do when I make music, and that's what I think all of us want to do when we make music. We want to create an energetic experience. We don't want to just play songs for you. We don't want to just anything. We want to create a moment where you can lose yourself in sound, in energy, in experience, and just be away from life and the world and that stuff. So yeah, I'm just looking around. So we were talking about things people got for us at shows, and like someone, I just saw this on my desk. This is a jar of dirt from Edgar Allan Poe's. I want to be a influencer, beauty influencer. A little bit of makeup there. It's a jar of dirt from Edgar Allan Poe's house that someone got me because I like it. Well, I reference Edgar Allan Poe a lot. I don't necessarily like Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know him personally. I don't ever meet him. I like some of his poems. And then someone got this huge graphite crystal, and there's a few things over yonder at the other side of my room. Like I found a little acorn charm that someone like carved, burnt onto, that I'm gonna attach to something. A lot of bracelets and necklaces and headbands. And I love all that stuff, man. I love when people make things, and I think that's what really shines about our community, but also just music and these communities generally, is we're just all a bunch of misfits who are just finding beauty in the details. We're finding a little bit of a Pink seashell reference, any Fall Out Boy stands. We're finding beauty in the world and sharing it with one another and creating an atmosphere and a collective of just loving appreciation, loving awareness of the world around us. And I think that's beautiful. It's so hard to do that in the world. A lot of people on this stream, a lot of people in my life will probably have mental health problems, will probably be struggling. And I think what's amazing is the main way to not necessarily overcome, but move through those experiences is connection and finding beauty in that detail, connecting with each other, connecting with yourself, your body, whatever it is, the world around you, the environment, whatever it is. And I think that these shows and experiences are these moments of connection that can allow so many people to feel present and feel happy to be alive. And I think that's so important, just to remember those times and embrace those times fully, those times when you are just alive and it's happy. No, you're not the only person who is coming through both. Maybe I can... Done. I reckon that should have helped. How long have we been going for? An hour? And I haven't fixed that yet. You can't hear anything? Boo! Can you hear now? Back, yeah, it's because I accidentally muted it. Ha ha. Ha ha. So yeah, life is silly and stupid. It's scary and horrifically depressing sometimes. So just remembering that it is silly and stupid a lot of the time as well is really helpful. Um, and the way to do that is just by making it silly around you. Make life silly. Silliness. That's what I like, you know. Me and my friends, we meet up and we just do little collaborative poems. And it sounds really pretentious, but it's just like stuff like, well, we'll just like go back and forth and just tell jokes, but we'll try and rhyme with each other, or we'll say your groove is so I can't think of anything right now, but just being silly with one another, that's what it is. Women want me, bears in trees fear me. I fear all of you all of the time. Fear is my constant state. No, my constant state is generally solid, I think. Or no, not really. I guess we're all largely liquid. There's a lot of yeah. Hmm. I wonder how much is solid and how much is liquid. I don't know. But anyway, um, love you all. Thank you all for coming. Be silly, enjoy life, and hopefully any advice I've given you has been helpful. If I've not answered any questions that you've asked me, don't worry. It's not because I hate you. It's because there's a lot of people and the chat goes very fast. But just trust that there are people out there who can help you. There is advice out there that can help you, and try your best every day, and that's all anyone can ask for you, because trying your best is all you can do, and that's all you should do. And your best doesn't have to be trying as hard as possible. Your best doesn't have to be running yourself ragged and burning yourself out. Your best is just you living in a way that feels right in the moment. And if it doesn't feel right in the moment, maybe do something different. Maybe it's just go outside and read. Maybe it's change your entire career path. But just little shifts and little dance. Just dance. Just dance it away. That's not the best advice. That sounds like something a teacher would tell you. I'm depressed. Just dance it away. But life's just a bit of a dance. Just try and flow with it, you know? Try and flow with it. Because when we try and force our way through things, we try and force ourselves to be things that we're not, everything is hard. But when we flow with who we are and we just allow ourselves to be and allow ourselves to move through life, it becomes a lot easier. I'm going to play a song, maybe, if I can find one. This is one that I played a few times we were doing iain FM. And I used to do like I would loop the end. I lost Ableton for the stream to try and make it run properly. It still didn't, but it is what it is. I flow like a shopping trolley in a tree stream with an explanation. That's exactly it. But this is gonna be a proper throwback, and it's called "Playing the Floor." The floor is made of lava by myself. Will this play? Let's see. I would just like to remind everyone, this is not a Bears and Trees song. This is a random piece of art that I made myself. Bears and Trees will never release this. Come on, everybody, get your dancing shoes on. I'll see you all vibe. I cut it out for a second because I'm stupid. I'm a silly boy. Let yourself be free. Shoes are overrated. Give the haters a reason to stare at you. Let me see if I can find another one. Ah. Ooh, no. No, I can't show you those ones. Those ones are top secret, and I'm not allowed to show you yet. Whoops! I almost made something. That would have been bad. Hey, thank you all for coming. Remember, your life is yours, so embody yourself as it is good for you, and be a clown as much as you can. It's clown time. Honk honk. It's just life can be fun if you let yourself have fun in it and find people who connect with you truthfully and honestly. And the best way of starting that is by trying to connect them truthfully and honestly, meeting them with love and compassion and listening. Once you do that, once you put that out into the world, often it will come back to you. Bye-bye. Bye.